I think it's helpful and sort of important to engage in conversations with lots of stakeholders. And for me, I'm not sure I'm placing clear sort of pre-specified limits on who should be part of the discussion about autism, autistic people, autistic experience, research, clinical practice. I actually think probably it's good to have as many voices as seem appropriate sort of in that sort of conversation. And in other parts of life, I mean, it's sort of all sorts of issues sort of are very common at the moment about sort of platforming and deplatforming universities or whatever it sort of is, and those sort of things about who can have a voice and sort of whatever. There's a part of me that just personally always thinks that if you're setting up discussions and making the rules up about who's allowed to be part of that discussion, then you're not having the fullest discussion that you might. I mean, I do think there are lines about appropriateness of statements that people make that probably shouldn't be crossed. But in terms of whether all the potential stakeholders, have a right to contribute to the discussion, I'd always say yes, they do. And I think there's a bit of an open door sort of moment, at the sort of moment that actually, if the young autistic people beginning their career are demanding about the need for inclusive, participatory sort of involvement for autistic people in research, in some ways you see they can almost drive sort of, for example, what the funders are thinking and what other colleagues are thinking. And, I would just urge people to be ambitious on sort of that. Partly because, I belong to a generation who didn't do a very good job. And I've learned some, I think over the past 30 years about doing a better job than we used to do. But maybe the rate of progress can be faster in the future. So I think that's an ambition that early career researchers should be encouraged to sign up to, because that would be a wonderful thing.